Talk to me about Imola. Have you been here much before?
I've been here a little while back, Formula Renault times.
Okay.
I mean, it's obviously quite a special place for many reasons. Yeah, I'm curious to find out how racing is going to be. Obviously, the weather is potentially going to be a little bit, tricky, and a lot of cars on a quite narrow track. So yeah, we'll see.
So this is far from your first foray into endurance racing and sports car racing this season. For anyone who doesn't know, can you tell me a little bit about your background kind of in the WEC and what you've done over the last few years?
Yeah, I actually started in WEC a while back. I combined WEC together with Formula 2. Yep. So I think in 2018 I made my debut in Silverstone.
Okay.
I basically replaced Jan Lammers at Racing Team the Netherlands. I think the kind of goal there was basically to do Le Mans one more time with Jan, and then for me to replace him to come in, and that's when I made my debut. And ever since I raced in WEC alongside Guido and Fritz in the Jumbo car, and at the same time I was racing in Formula 2. And then when I moved into Formula E, I also became a test and reserve driver at Toyota. So yeah, I have built up a long relationship here, even though it's only my first year racing. But yeah, I really enjoy the endurance racing, and yeah, I'm looking forward to everything that is coming this year. There's a lot of momentum behind the championship. There is strong competition, many different cars, many different competitors. So yeah, it's a good place to be.
Well, you're one of many drivers to have made the step up from LMP2 to Hypercar. I know it's a little bit different for you because you've had more experience with Toyota, but how have you found that jump from the P2s up to the top class?
I mean, it is a bit different. The dynamic is different. Here you are in racing against full pro lineups, and you're racing for the overall victory with a manufacturer. And in LMP2, the teams are obviously a little bit smaller, and you're with a mixed kind of driver lineup. But I always had a really good time in LMP2. But obviously, this is where you want to be. You want to be fighting at the highest level of the championship, and fighting for the overall victory at the end of the weekend.
One of my favourite memories of you from sports car racing, and I think I've told you this before, was at Le Mans in 2022, was it?
Correct, yeah.
Where you jumped in the car completely last minute in LMP2. Yeah. Can you tell the story of that kind of in your own words?
Yeah, that was a good one, but that's actually not my personal favourite.
Oh, so we'll come back to your personal favourite. Yeah. Let me have my one.
Okay. So yeah, in 2022 I was there the whole weekend with.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I like this little interlude. This is good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So yeah, you were there as reserve driver for Toyota, right?
Yeah, and TDS had a car with a lineup that involved a bronze driver, and he had a bit of a tough weekend, a few incidents, and finally the organization banned him to actually participate in a race. Felt very sorry for him, but
it's tough, right?
It's tough. Yeah, I think he really, he had a long-term dream, and yeah, it was a bit it was sad for him, but obviously I had a close connection with TDS anyway, because Racing Team the Netherlands was operated by TDS.
Okay.
So I was racing for them before, and also in G-Drive, so I knew the team. And literally Saturday night after quali, I think it was 2 a.m, they called me while I was in bed, and if I wanted to race. And of course the next morning I turned up. And was it a Friday? No, sorry, I'm mistaken, because qualifying was on Friday and Saturday was a day off.
Yeah,
so
and did you
Friday
not get to qualify either?
No, I didn't.
So you guys started last?
We started last, yeah, and we ended up finishing 4th.
Which is nuts, by the way.
And yeah, I felt very quickly comfortable. I knew the car, which helped a lot. I knew the track, but it was a great race.
One thing I do want to show you, because this made me laugh at the time. I remember when you put the announcement out about AlphaTauri, Kamui put this on his Instagram story with whether or not he should sell your team kit.
Yeah.
Do you still have any of this, or did he actually make some cash off it?
I think actually that's in the simulator room, and I still have my place there, so it's good.
Is it still there?
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah. He made me laugh when he did that. I thought, yeah, trivia, very good. So you returned to WEC in 2024 with Toyota. Was that always the obvious choice? Were there other teams that you looked into, or was it Toyota straight away?
I think it was very straightforward. We always remained in touch, and The relationship was always great, and they were very supportive when I had the opportunity to go to Formula One. And during that time, we remained in touch. And actually, before the Imola weekend, I had dinner with Kamui already.
Oh, nice.
And I think it was very straightforward.
And I've actually seen you speak before about the fact that you watched kind of Kamui and Mike when you were younger. Have you got any memories of that you can share with us?
I mean, Kamui's podium in Suzuka, I recall very well. I think Jensen was chasing him at the end of the race, and he just made it and scored a podium at in front of his home crowd. My sister was a real fan of Kamui.
Oh, yeah?
She even had his T-shirt, like a team T-shirt of Kamui and everything. So
Is it still exist, or is it long gone?
I'm not sure. But
you need to pull that one out.
we
That's
had a picture with the trio in Paris for the FIA prize giving, which was nice.
Stop! That's so sweet.
So no, it's cool. It's cool.
But what's it been like going from just being sort of the reserve driver in the team and getting to know everybody to now having these guys as your teammates? Has that changed the relationship at all?
It happened very organically, I think. Yeah. I think. Yeah. In the beginning, you obviously feel you look up to these guys, and you're younger, and but over time, you somewhat earn some respect, and you feel, you feel part of the team, and they're very, very welcoming. So I'm happy here.
What does that look like for you nowadays when you're not changing your curtains?
Yeah, quite busy. Obviously, doing a double program. This time of the year, we do a little bit. We alter between WEC, Formula E preparations and racing. Mm-hmm. I'm very happy to be involved in both championships with both teams. They are very supportive. And life outside racing is very much racing. And then I do enjoy a little bit of golf whenever I can. I squeeze it in when I'm not changing curtains.
Let's more generally, WEC 2024, the paddock, the lineup, the cars, the driver, the caliber of cars, drivers. How awesome is it to be involved in this right about now?
I think it's almost the peak of WEC and endurance racing we are experiencing at the moment. Hopefully the peak will continue to be, I would say evolving and lasting. But it's just, a great time to be in WEC with so many different teams, manufacturers, drivers. And I've always had this kind of passion for endurance racing. That's why I already started combining it when I was in Formula 2. And to be in it in this kind of era is just great.
What are your goals this year? What's the plan?
I mean, there's no hiding about it. I think Le Mans is the biggest thing for many people, but that doesn't mean that we don't care about the championship. So let's see. But it helps to win Le Mans because points are a bit more valuable.
Combination, right? It goes well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nyck.
You're welcome.
I'll tell you what. Cheers, dude.
Cheers. Thank you.